All right, Chris Popper here in Bangor. I'm joined by UMaine women's head coach Molly Engstrom up in Orono. And Coach, last week we talked about the grind, and with you having the off week, talk to us about the grind. I saw a picture of Twitter of the team working out, and that's what it's all been about, hasn't it?
Yeah, we had a good week of work, I would say. It started last week on Monday, and we skated all the way through Saturday morning. So we treated it as if we did play a game. Yeah, really. I mean, I think we talked about it last week too. The start of the week is usually heavier for us. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday was pretty good, and then we went pretty good on Friday and Saturday as well.
How do you keep everybody motivated when there's a bye week? And I mean, yes, they're coming off the losses to Quinnipiac. I mean, is that motivation in itself? Or, I mean, what do you do to keep everybody's heads up and, we're skating towards the 11th and 12th?
Yeah, I think you have to create that hunger for the next weekend, and specifically in the situation where we're chasing down a couple of wins, the first couple of wins for us. So that builds some motivation in and of itself. But that's a great question. It's something that we're working on as a culture, to keep our eye on, chasing down that winning culture. And some of it has to be self motivation. And then, of course, as a coaching staff, we're doing our best to help them and keep them growing and getting better every day.
So this weekend, home weekend against Providence College Friday, and we talked about this again last week. It's primetime skating. It's Friday night at 6, and then Saturday at 7. Um, so it's kind of nice to play in that the times that have normally been devoted to the men's hockey team, and to have hopefully, that the men are playing an exhibition game on Saturday afternoon. It'd be great to keep everybody in there, shut the doors, and serve some free food, and let's have a sold out double header and watch it. What are they going to do to try and capture those 5,000 people there to try and, I mean, that's the job of the marketing department, but
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice if everybody stayed? But yeah, you're right. It is a conversation that the marketing team, I think, has had to try to keep, some of those fans there. I do um have to kind of give it to everybody on campus to give the women's team, especially since the men, like you said, it's an exhibition non-conference game and we're playing a conference game, to make that switch and give us that late game. So yeah, we're hopefully we can keep some of those fans in the building. It definitely makes a difference.
oh, absolutely. And I mean, I, again, as we mentioned last week, I was impressed with the crowd up there against Quinnipiac. I was up there that Saturday game, and it was a good crowd. And like it, like we've spoken about, and I guess it's going to be something we talk about all season long. And as long as we do this, it's building that culture, just like the men's team had to build that culture. It's something that the women have to do as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like I mentioned, we're working on building the culture inside the team. You're right. There are a lot of pieces to it because the culture in terms of the fan base and the fans that show up for women's hockey has to start somewhere. And I think I mentioned before, specifically, Kirsty has really devoted, her time to connecting with the community. Marketing team too, making sure we're doing the black bear skates with the little girls and the little boys after some of these games, and tag teaming some of those with the men's team to get the players out in front of people is very helpful.
I know that the teams support each other. I mean, that was evident last year when you looked at um, the the soccer games this year, but also the basketball teams as well. I mean, that's you've got the football team in action, you've got the men's team in action this weekend. It's a good chance to get up there, support the Black Bears, and see more than one team. And not to say that the UMaine women are the add-on, but I mean, if you're up there, stay and support the teams because you're the support and the noise makes all the difference.
Yeah, definitely. And I think we said this before, but I think you might, I mean, if people pop into a game, it's pretty good pace. It's fun to watch. I think I said before, you might like what you see. And again, it is all about support. It's about the community, and the girls are awesome. It's a great group of girls on the team. Always willing to do their part as well to give back.
What do you know about Providence? Other than they're a Hockey East team, and um, is it you're opening Hockey East, so now this weekend it's an important games.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not too much to come away with so far. They played St. Mike's last weekend and they beat them pretty good. But they do play Quinnipiac tonight, so we'll get a chance to watch that game live and to scout them a little bit to see what they have against a top 10 team. So we're looking forward to watching that. And other than that, I mean, early in the year, we're really focusing on ourselves and figuring out what we can change in our game, what kind of habits we want to create and how we want to play.
Well, and that's important. I mean, obviously, put the puck on the net, chase the puck, clear the puck.
Yep.
I mean, those kind of habits are important and will play no matter what the opponent is. But it
Yeah.
is kind of nice to have that common opponent in Quinnipiac, so you can see, oh my gosh, they did this, we didn't do this, or we did this, they didn't do this, and then try and sneak that and work that to your advantage. It's
Yeah.
probably nice that they're also skating and you don't have that game. That midweek game may work to your benefit.
Yeah. That's we did a little bit of that last week when we played our game against UNH on a Sunday, and it does turn into a lot. So yeah, a Tuesday game and then a Friday, Saturday game. It makes for a heavy week.
Okay. Practices have gone well. I mean, like you said, it's all about the grind, and
Mhm.
um, it's nice to see that players have responded to that.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's kind of sharing information about the team. It's, we are trying to change everything from the fan base to the winning record, to the internal culture. And we've done some more investing into kind of the science side of it too on the women's side. The men's side has really always had it kind of top of the line, science based information that we can get from practices. So that's really exciting for us on the women's side to start to look at some of these numbers. You can look at how hard they worked in practice. What were their high heart rates, their recovery, stuff like that. So it's really helpful when you're building a week of practice. So that's a little insight on what we're doing there.
That's interesting because we just spoke with Coach Scott Atherley from the soccer team, and he was talking about that as well and how technology right now plays such an important part in his training of the team. In that some people need to back off a little bit, some need to ramp it up a little bit,
Mhm.
excuse me, according to their playing time, and it's a grind of the season. Whereas early in the season, you may be able to work everybody a little harder, and especially after a bye week. But as you get into uh, January, you may be backing off because it's the accumulation of all the training.
Yeah, definitely. It can, no matter what, like you said, and no matter what part of the season you're in, it really gives you that information, and it takes the guesswork out of it, which has been really nice for us in the last few weeks.
Yeah, and I mean, and I guess people don't have any kind of realization that the team is wearing heart monitors and everything that then you can transcribe and build individual and team goals for practice and games. It's really
Yeah.
it's come a long way of skating in a barn and getting undressed and then going out
Yeah.
and playing again, and it's just it's the whole science of sports has come a long way.
Yeah. And, I think I'm, 20 some years out of college. And like you said, it has come a long way. We had heart rate monitors, but that's about all they did. So it's pretty unbelievable what these devices can do these days. You have to have a professional like talk you through it and help you understand what these numbers are.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and it's just like analytics in baseball and for
Mhm.
the Red Sox are such a key part. All of this plays a big part in everything that you and your coaching staff does.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Coach. Again, UMaine women in action Friday night against Providence College at 6, Saturday against PC again at 7 o'clock. Let's fill that Alfond and make it raucous and let the Friars know that it's not a fun place to come and visit.
Love that. Appreciate it, Chris.
All right, Coach. Thanks so much.
You bet.